YouTube, back again with another update. So y'all have to let me know whether you like the longer videos with more in-depth explanations on things or the shorter videos that are more just quick recaps. Guess I can do both. Tonight we did a few different things here, so we'll try and get through them pretty quickly. We're using our new shop computer for one to help us out here. I've got on this one here, this screen, we've got the debug information coming from the serial out on the main processor. And then on this one, we're running the intermediate software that allows us to do speech recognition. So this is what we talk to, and then it sends that data via Bluetooth over to him, and he can decide what to do with that. We've also got audio going. So this little board here is actually a pretty cool little board. And what that is a 2-channel audio mixer. Now, I scored this many years back and was using it for a different project that I no longer have. That came out of this, and I'll be putting this box back on that board to protect it as well. Powered headphones is what this came off of. Specifically, it was a set for the Xbox. And what makes this so cool is because it was for the Xbox, not only did it have stereo input at one end with a powered amplifier, a stereo output at this end, but it has a connector down here that allows you to plug it into an Xbox game controller. Now, for those who don't know, the Xbox game controllers have a jack on them for a headset that you can put on, and it's mono, and it allows you to talk to and listen to the chat, the sound on a video game while you're playing it. So this allows you to mix the chat into whatever your music is that you're listening to, and individually control the volume on both channels. So that's what we did up here. We're using the game controller input from the chat to feed the audio from this, which is the text-to-speech voice module we built out of the Arduino Nano in a previous video. And we're pumping it into the game input on this, which preamps it and then amplifies it again, and puts it out on this set of stereos here. Then we have the stereo from the sound effects board. This is what plays like the machine gun sounds and music and things like that. And we're going to put that in on the stereo input on this so that we can properly mix the two audio streams together and control how loud each one is to balance it and make sure that neither one clips and that it all sounds good. And then from here, we just pump it out to the audio input on a Bluetooth speaker. Now, we're not using this one for crash. We're just using this for testing. This is Becky's, so we're not going to take it apart. And aside from that, this is overkill anyways. It's got Bluetooth and lights, and it makes bass and all that stuff, and it's just not anything we really need. Ideally, what we're looking for is just a simple powered speaker that runs on 5 to 7 volts or 3 to 7 volts or something like that. And if I have to build one, I'll build one. Dollar Tree used to have these little powered speakers you put a couple AAAs in, and you'd plug them into your phone with an audio cable and they'd magnify the sound. And they were really cheap little amplifiers, but they were really cool little amplifiers because they got the job done. So, with all our new toys here, now that we have sound hooked up and we have the voice module hooked up, we can start making conversations happen. So we've got some code here. And I'll just skim over that real quick. You can pause the video if you want to read it. We did a bunch of cleanup on here, got some of the code stripped down a little bit and made it a little lighter, a little faster, which came out pretty nice. But we've got a few phrases we can say to him now thrown in here, and some responses, and we'll try those here in just a moment. So what we'll do is, this is handling all of our speech to text for us and then sending it via Bluetooth over to his processor where it determines what to do with that. So, what time is it?
The time is 9:40 p.m.
Now, of course, that's horribly inaccurate because I don't have an RTC, which is a real-time clock, hooked up to him at the moment. But you can see that he's speaking. This LED comes on back here to indicate that this board's putting out sound. And it sounds pretty good through a little powered speaker. I don't have anything to really trigger any sound effects right now unless I was to play laser tag with him, and the gun's buried somewhere, so there's no point in really digging it out to do that. You'll just have to trust me. And in another video, we'll do a full sweep of events. We'll do a long one and do a whole bunch of things that he can do and roll through them and see everything working together. That'll be cool. Did I forget anything? Yeah, we'll do one more thing here. Let's play a game.
What program do you want to run?
Guessing game, which is the only thing really.
Okay, then. What is the number?
So that's as far as we've gotten with that. I still need to write some code here that will randomly pick a number between, I haven't even figured that out yet, if it's going to be 0 to 10 or 1 to 5 or what. And then you'll guess a number and you'll say it to him, and if it's, he'll compare that to the number that he randomly chose. And if it's right, he'll tell you you won, and if it's wrong, he'll tell you you're wrong. And then when that's working, then we'll go through and we'll edit all that again, and we'll make all of those steps increment or decrement the Tamagotchi variables, so that'll change his mood as well while you're playing. And by doing that, we can make him a sore loser or just happy to play a game or whatever it is we want to do. We could even set constraints on the variables and make it to where if he's in a bad mood when he plays the game and he loses, then it increases his bad mood. Or if he's in a good mood and he loses, then it doesn't increase his bad mood, it doesn't decrease his good mood, but it increases his good mood for playing or something like that. I mean, it's all stuff down the road. It's a lot of code to write, so. But that's the update for now. So, as always, if there's anything anybody specifically wants to see Crash do, feel free to throw it in the inbox or on a comment below the video. We'll take a gander at it, and if it's something I can do fairly easy, I'll do it, and if it's not, then we'll consider it for a long-term adaptation of it as well. Other than that, folks, have a good one.